Local TV announcer taking heat for his Caitlin Clark comment. A local TV announcer is going viral for his comment on Caitlin Clark this weekend. The Indiana Fever took on the New York Liberty on Sunday. The Fever fell to the Liberty by 2 points. Clark and the Fever's coaching staff were not happy with the officiating that took place during the game. Fever head coach Stephanie White, in particular, was bothered by a big no-call late in the game. "I thought she got fouled. I think it's pretty egregious what's been happening to us the last few games," White said. "The disrespect right now for our team has been pretty unbelievable. So it's disappointing, that it doesn't go both ways, or it hasn't gone both ways. There's a system to making sure that we can send stuff in and communicate our grievances, so to speak. I don't know if I have a feeling that the system works." While Clark was complaining about the officiating, a local CBS announcer took a shot at the Indiana Fever standout point guard. CBS News New York sports anchor Steve Overmyer didn't hold back on Clark's behavior. "Flopping has been part of the modern game of basketball," Overmyer said. "A head snap. Arms go flying. Sometimes the whistle follows and sometimes it doesn't. Well, late in the Liberty Fever game, Caitlin Clark didn't get a call. Replays will show exactly why." He continued, "On the final play, Natasha Cloud comes up with the game-winning steal. Was it a foul? Take a closer look. She got ALL. Clark tried to sell it like she got hit by a sniper, but there was no foul, no call. Hypes//x.com/awful announcing /status/1 quintillion, 926 quadrillion, 722 trillion, 805 billion, 258 million, 695,058. Unsurprisingly, fans of the Fever and Clark are not happy with the local New York announcer's comments, though clearly he's going to stand by them. Local TV announcer taking heat for his Caitlin Clark comment. In a development that has sparked a wave of debate across social media and sports talk shows, a local TV sports anchor is facing backlash over controversial comments he made about WNBA rookie Caitlin Clark. The remarks, which many have deemed dismissive and unnecessarily critical, have fueled a broader conversation about media treatment of women athletes and the evolving role of gender in sports commentary. The controversy began during a post-game segment aired on CBS News New York, where veteran sports anchor Steve Overmyer offered his take on a WNBA matchup between the Indiana Fever and the New York Liberty. Clark, the No.1 overall draft pick and former Iowa Hawkeyes superstar, has been under a bright spotlight ever since she entered the league. During the game, Clark was knocked to the floor in a hard foul by Washington Mystics guard Natasha Cloud, prompting debates over whether the contact was excessive. Overmyer, in summarizing the incident, remarked that Clark had a little bit of a flop in her, suggesting the rookie may have exaggerated the fall to draw attention or a foul call. "She's got some flair, I'll give her that, but she knows how to sell it," he said during the segment. The backlash was swift. Fans, analysts, and fellow journalists took to social media to express disappointment and frustration over Overmyer's tone and implication. Critics accused him of minimizing the physicality of the WNBA and perpetuating gendered stereotypes that often plague commentary on women's sports. The phrase "a little bit of a flop in her" quickly went viral, trending across X, formerly Twitter, and Reddit, with many interpreting it as an unfair jab that Clark would not have received if she were a male player. Several prominent voices in sports media have weighed in. ESPN's Sarah Spain tweeted, "When a woman gets knocked to the floor, she's flopping. When a man does it, he's drawing the foul. These microaggressions in commentary add up." Former WNBA star and current analyst Swincash also chimed in, stating, "This is why so many young women hesitate to enter the spotlight, because it too often comes with minimizing their toughness and questioning their legitimacy." Overmyer has since attempted to clarify his comments, issuing a brief statement via CBS News' social media account. "My intent was never to undermine Caitlin Clark's talent or integrity. I have the utmost respect for her game and what she represents for women's basketball," the statement read. "I apologize if my remarks came across as dismissive." However, the apology has done little to quell the criticism. In fact, some say it has intensified scrutiny over how female athletes are covered in local and national media. This isn't just about Caitlin Clark, said Dr. Lisa Graham, a sports media professor at NYU. It's about the systemic tendency to treat women's athleticism as less authentic or somehow deserving of more scrutiny. Clark herself has not publicly responded to the comment, but her performance continues to speak volumes. In the game following the controversial remark, she scored 27 points, added 8 assists, and led her team to a narrow victory over the Dallas Wings. Her poise under pressure and continued excellence have only added fuel to the conversation, with many fans and commentators praising her grace amid distraction. The Indiana Fever have also refrained from commenting on Overmyer's remarks directly, but issued a general statement supporting Clark and the rest of the team. Our athletes are fierce competitors, and we stand by their professionalism and integrity both on and off the court, the team said in a press release. The incident has reignited a long-running dialogue about equity in sports media. Studies consistently show that women's sports receive disproportionately less coverage than men's, and when covered, the tone often skews toward personal characteristics or perceived emotional behavior rather than athletic achievement. Advocates are calling for more education and awareness among broadcasters and journalists to avoid perpetuating stereotypes. It's a learning moment, said Gemma Hill, a journalist and media personality known for her work on race and gender in sports. No one is saying you can't critique women athletes. But that critique must come from a place of fairness, balance, and understanding of context. Otherwise, we end up reinforcing biases that have long held women back in sports. As Clark's rookie season continues, so too will the scrutiny, not only of her performance, but of how she is portrayed in media coverage. For now, she remains focused on her game, quickly becoming one of the most watched and talked about players in the WNBA. Meanwhile, sports commentators are being reminded that their words carry weight, especially in a moment where women's sports are gaining long overdue recognition and respect.